class is brought to you by Takedown Nation. Eric Fider. He's an artist when it comes to Jiu-Jitsu paraphernalia. Takedown Nation. Teacher class.
I'm just here to be a dummy.
So guys, my name's Joey Carta. For everybody else that's been to this camp before, to any other Globetrotter camp, welcome back. Beer's down by the water later, yes. For everybody, your first class, guys, welcome. You're gonna get a lot of jiu-jitsu this week, so take your time. Don't worry if your brain is melting by tomorrow. That's all right. Pace yourselves, guys.
Sit by the lake.
Sit by the lake, get some sun, beer, all that good stuff. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do some mount attacks, right? So, you already know what I said. All right, so this is some stuff I did down, me and Eric were teaching in Mexico last, and Paul was there and Brad was there in April, and I did a mount attack that I like to do, but I don't do it the same way because I'm too small, so I can't stay in mount for long. So I developed and changed a different way where I can make myself feel very, very heavy. Does anybody here have any recently broken ribs or anything of that sort? And that's definitely a serious question. If you have, just let me know. We can do different things. If anybody has any seriously injured necks or anything of that nature, you'll see why. Trust me. Just don't crank on the neck hard. But my whole thing was, right, if my knees and my shins and my toes aren't on the mat, then I'm not in a good mount, right? Especially for somebody like me. I'm a lightweight, so I'm going up against a heavyweight like Eric. Here, let's put our head. Yeah, you know, so if I'm here, right, and I'm going to talk about some things about mount that I find that I need to stay aware of. So we're going to talk a little bit first before we start getting into any type of jiu-jitsu, I guess you call it. Right? Like, even though my feet and my shins and my knees are flat on the mat, I don't want to. Not with Eric. He's too strong. You know, I'm on his hips. I don't want to be on the hips at all, ever. If I'm in mount and I'm on the hips, I'm not staying here. I'm going to transition. I'm getting out of here ASAP because, especially no-gi, a lot of footlock stuff's going to start getting. We can play a lot of footlock from right here. If he gets me up, he's going to start bringing his knees in. You know. And then all of these stupid things are happening because I'm just too small. All right. So it's not the end of the world. We just have to figure out how we can orientate our bodies to get the most out of us versus our opponent, right? So what I'm going to try and do when I go into this one position I like to go to is I'm going to use the mat a lot, right? Use the mat a whole lot. Now there's different ways that I like to get into this. Easiest one that I like to do is I'm just gonna post and I'm gonna drag my legs up the body because I need to make sure I catch these elbows. If I don't catch these elbows, if I do this and I don't catch the elbows, I just better just get on my feet and just, well, turn around for a takedown. That's what Eric will do. Takedown nation, right? Now, the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is I'm not just trying to do this, right? I'm gonna grab the mat and pull. I got some purchase on that mat, right? I got his elbows. I'm gonna bring my face and my chest low, right? As soon as I did that, you guys see what happens to Eric's elbows? They raise up even more, right? So if anybody here has elbow problems, I'm sorry, but this is gonna hurt your elbows a little bit, all right? So when I'm here, I just get super heavy right on him because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna replace his hands with my chest, so the next thing he's breathing is gonna be my chest. All right, so I'm here, right, up. Right. You guys see what happened to his elbows? Way far up. Now, I'm not gonna stay here, all right? I'm gonna be from here, and then what I'll do, if you got like issues with flexibility, just rock, and then rock. And then we're gonna end up here, right? If you don't have those issues, what I'll do is once I'm here, guys, notice I didn't come here. I don't want I don't want this. Because he's gonna probably sit me right back down on my back. No, you can put your arms back through. Right? So once I'm here, guys, I want to make sure I immediately pull his arms up. Right? I like to, me personally, when I'm in this position, I like to have elbows pointed directly at the sky. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna keep my toes pointed out, I point my toes in. And it points my knees in, it locks his arms, right? I don't care how big you are, how strong you are, how tall you are. Once I start bringing your elbows across your sternum, like this, you're not strong and you're not tall anymore, all right? It's just the way your body's made. So the more he tries to push out on this, the more I can start playing off that. I can come here, you know, I can do a lot of different stuff, right? So to start with, guys, all we're gonna do, right? We're gonna just start and mount. Right? Does anybody know why I also do that too? Why I bang the mat like that?
Remind you to distract.
Distract. I do that a lot. It's a way for me to distract my opponent. I'll come here and right here, tight. You know, he's not going to be thinking about this because he's like, what the hell was that? And then I'll be right here, head on the mat, and I'll sit here for a minute. Right? See how I just locked up his arms there, guys? I take my hands, replace it with my leg. I can come here, replace with my leg. And then I want to get high. On the chest, knees in. And then this is where we're going to go from, right here. Right? Because then this is going to get real sloppy, real fast. All right, guys? I don't clap or any of that stuff. I want to keep your hands healthy because we're going to need them to hurt people. So just go make it happen, guys.
So when you're trying to screw the leg around, it feels like the person on top gets really light because they get heavy on the hands to lighten the legs. How do you stay heavy and not get your weight on your hands?
That's why I asked if anybody's neck hurts. We're going to do some counter pressure. You know what I mean? I'm going to be pulling up on the head as I'm trying to drive my butt. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to squish my butt through the ribs and put my butt on the mat. Basically I'm trying to smush this human being as much as I possibly can. I'm trying to make myself feel as heavy as I can by using their body and physics, gravity, all that good stuff against them, right? So when I'm transitioning, you know, so we're here, and a lot of times, guys, too, pretend like you're crawling up a tree, you know? They ain't just gonna let me do this. So if I'm here, I'll crawl, walking up the body. Walk, walk. If the head starts moving, I don't feel where I'm supposed to be. Lift up the head. And then I keep moving, boom. Keep moving. Because he can't move, right? So when I come up to move, I see a lot of people like leaning. I don't need to. Just gonna take my foot, point the toe away from me, and then just, now, this is the position where you feel like you're light, right? And I keep that tension the whole time.
So you're getting weight in your body.
I'm driving through the sternum right now. Right? Even if the arm ends up there, which I don't really want it, no big deal. And I keep this tension. What I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this tension. Because what we're going to do is I want to do an arm bar on this arm. So real quick, just the hand's going to come in. I'll grab the back of the tricep. And I'm not going to let go of the head until I transfer that tension to this arm. So I don't do this and then pull. So he's going to put his head back on the mat and everything I just did, nothing. So I'll keep this and I pull. Now, I'm tight. Does that answer your question as far as what we're doing there? All right, now if this was gi, I would do the same thing or I grab the lapel. Either one, right? Because once I'm here, you know, once I get in this position here and I have the head, I'll keep this. You know, if he tries to get me off, just keep the head. As soon as I feel him starting to move, I drive my heels down, my butt down, I pull up on the head. God bless. Now if I see how my foot right here is lazy, not lazy. No, I'll walk it into. I don't want to be here, saw a couple people here. This isn't really too much where I want to be at. I don't really have a base. You know, you can do, if he starts doing something like that, he's gonna, then I'll just, I mean, we're in a situation we don't want to be in. All right, so when I'm in this position, maintain, that's why I want to turn my knees in, so I can still maintain a wide base and still keep his elbows here. All right, my hands are free, so I can keep pushing keep playing. You know, if he tries to push the arm away, wrist left. Right. So that, all right. So just guys, we can sit here all day long. All right. Once I get to this position, guys, I'm not in a rush. I'll sit there all day because what's going to happen is they're eventually going to, all right. If I can control, on my part, I want to control my breathing, I control my heart rate, I control my body, and I also control my mind. If I can disrupt any one of those three things with my opponent, I got them. All right, because they're going to start breathing heavily, heart rate's going to go out of control, they're going to lose their control of their body. And when they do that, normally they're going to stick an arm out or something's going to happen and I'm going to get a reaction I want and be able to tap them out. All right? So, and again, why I'm doing this is because I'm small. Small guy jiu-jitsu. All right? I want to make sure that in every single evolution of this movement, I have pressure on my opponent. If I don't, and I wrestle with somebody who's tall or somebody who's bigger than me, it's just not going to work out well for me. It's just been smashed too many times. Right? So we're going to go for simple armbar, guys. Right? So again, start here. Right? Walk up the body. Keep pulling myself up. If I feel them moving with me, grab the head. Even if they don't let you because they put their head on the mat, move the head. And I can get underneath it. And I just keep going. Right, once I get here, I can control the head. Out. Once I have all this, I can lean. All right? I'm not going to shoot my leg out this way. All right? I keep thigh right against the body. Now, hand comes in. I'm going to wrap it around the back of the tricep. All right, guys? So if I'm on this arm, I'm coming through grabbing the back of the tricep. All right? So when so I'm here, I'm going to have my head controlled. Once I have the tension, I can take my hand. Once I take my hand away, what I'll do is I'll come and I'll grab the other elbow. So I have the arms like this. I'm going to attack this one, or I can attack this one. If they push me this way, I'll circle this way. If he starts pushing me that way, I'll circle that way. All right? So I'm here, pulling up, bring my foot in, start turning slow. Right? Once I'm here, I'll start leaning towards the feet. And then I'm not going to lift this foot up, because I don't want to get light. So what I do is I'm going to drag and just sit. Right here. Because I have both arms in, I can lock my feet up. If I didn't, we don't lock our feet up. I have both. I'm going to do my right leg this time over my left. And on this arm here, I'm pulling. Everything's being pulled. Squeeze. Right. I'm not going to hug. I like to do it, especially no gi. I like to get the thumb right in the crook of my elbow. So now it's harder for him to move his hand. And I'm still pulling everything until I tap this arm. Everything's still coming with me. Right. Again. Heavy. Right here. Make him carry you. I don't need to grab his head. I can come, now I'll come here and push the arms up. Right? Still heavy. If I grab the head, fine. If I don't, still doing the same thing. Grab. Still pulling, guys. I'm still maintaining that pressure. Like pulling. Come here. Both. Slide. Lock. Still pulling. Catch it. Here. I'll slide up. Already have my hand where I want. I'll put my hand behind my armpit, and then I slide up until I catch the wrist. All right? Be careful when you're doing this, right? Because I'm pulling this so hard, there's a lot of tension. So when this slips off, I should be getting the tap. All right, so just be careful you don't fall backwards. All right? The whole point of this, guys, isn't just to fly into the armbar. We need to control our bodies through the entire evolution of the movement. All right, it just can't be here, boom, right there, right? The whole point of this is because I'm small, I need to make sure everything is done very slowly, right? I'm feeling everything he does, especially with somebody like Eric. He's strong in every position. So I'm heavy, walk. I'll turn my feet in, walk. Head on the mat, walk, walk. Here, boom. I can come here, grab. And come right to here. And reach across and grab both. But I like to do this. This is very tight. I'm also leaning. It's gonna slide right up the arm, guys. As I grab this other one, slide. Stand up here. Go this. Or. Questions, guys?
Why do you grab both hands? If you're only moving use one, they go through.
When I'm in, you may.
So, when we're doing no-gi, what's the biggest problem with no-gi? It's fast, it's wet, it's slippery, right? So when you make that turn and you go to slide yourself nicely down, if you just have that one arm, you can fall, snap the arm. You have the other arm, you now have the ability to slowly lower yourself down the side, get to the position where you shed that other arm, and then break that one over.
One reason, I like to look at the body. Anybody here go indoor rock climbing? Bouldering? That's what I'm looking at the body of. So the reason why I lace my arm in through there is that's a really tight grip. That would be like me grabbing the gi, right, or grabbing the lapel. I don't have those grips with the body because I don't have the gi, but I can use different parts of Eric's body as grips, as handholds. So that's why I'll reach it through. My other reason why I focus on this arm is because once I get over to that position where I'm attacking this arm here, now I'm just in a side control position. That's all it is. So my theory when I'm in side control, and that's for another time, is I want to control his far shoulder. If I can't control his far shoulder, he can't shrimp. If he can't shrimp, he can't turn it to me, he can't get away. I'm determining where you go just by controlling the shoulder. Plus, also, so we're here, right? We're super tight. We're here, right? Say this arm ends up on this side. I have two submissions now. If I do that, I'm limiting my ability to be successful. And when I like to get right here too a lot. I'll pull this arm real tight into the hip and lock it with my ribs. I'll grab this one and come here. If that one doesn't work, I got this one. So I'm trying to make myself as successful as humanly possible. And if I can get two arms in between my legs to attack, then I'm going to be successful. I should theoretically be successful. All right, did that answer your question? So guys, we're going to do 5 minutes one person, then 5 minutes the next person, guys. I don't want to see fist quickness, guys, all right? I want to see slow, controlled movements. Feel yourself move around the arm, all right? Just don't throw yourself around the arm. Does that make sense, guys? All right, cool. Grab your partner and make it happen. Nobody? Bueller? How's everybody? Yes, sir.
All right, so you said you're playing small guy jiu-jitsu. What if you're a big guy? Everything works the exact same?
Can I answer this one? Hey, you know what's great about being a big guy? You'll never be a little guy. Use it. Everybody says don't use strength. Are you tall? Can you reach further than me? Am I going to tell you to only reach 28 inches because that's as far as I can reach? No, but if I can pick you up, and you can't pick me up, I like my eye. So do the little guy moves with the same tenacity, protecting, the same aplomb, but do that as a big guy.
What issue were you having as a big guy in that movement? Are you getting stuck somewhere or feel like you're loose somewhere?
I think the hip movement is probably the hardest. Getting that.
Bring the leg out?
Yeah, getting the leg.
Well, it's just angles, right? Once I get used to being sitting on top of somebody like that, I can move pretty easily, So I'm here. head immediately. Tight. I can even start setting up my armbar right here. That is your face. You see, right? So I'm so right. So when I'm here, I'll pull him back that way when I bring this leg out. So I'll pull him. And I'm still in control. Still in control. All this space here, once I move that way, I close it. And I start changing my angle. Right? So all right, guys, when we go for the arm bar, guys, all I'm doing is just changing my hips in relation to his arm. So I'm not just going to fly around. I'll come here, I'll turn nice and tight. Because what am I doing now? Now I'm putting my heel to my knee, and I'll make everything tighter. You know, for Devin, this is an MMA situation. This is a street situation. For Benson, I got to get out of my... Get my firearm. Well, things happen. So we're here, tight. I got everything. Thighs heavy, arm heavy, sit. Okay. Control the arm. Get it stuck in between your ribs and your thigh. Get heavy on it. Sometimes I'll even come here and get real tight. You know, once I'm here, I can come and bring the arm on the other side. And get my arm bar there too. But notice, I still have this arm. If they can't lift up this shoulder, his only option is to roll that way, if he can. Away from me, right? So, I know that, right? So say, whatever reason, I want to lock it, I don't want to trick him, so I just keep this, he starts to roll away. Because my feet are still locked up, that shoulder's not going anywhere, it stops. He's going to come back into me. He's like, oh crap. And when he comes back into me, I have everything. That answer your questions at all? Any other questions, guys, on that? Transitioning, where you're pulling, any little details you guys are having issues with that you see that I'm doing when I do this? And guys, also, go ahead.
Did you ever finish the arm on top?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's going to be dependent on how tight I set this. God bless you. You're welcome. It's going to be dependent on how tight I set this up. Tighter that I set this up, yeah. Because what's going to happen is going to be my whole body versus from here up on both arms. And what I'll do a lot of times from that top position is the go-go plata from there. Because you're super tight. And it's just like, it's so bad. Okay, so, well, just right through here, walk up, here. I love this right here. I'll stay here. They'll get mad. If their arms are there, that's fine. I'll even do this to their arms on right here. And then I'm not too worried about anything. Yeah, right here. I can, here. I'll be right here. Even right here. Arm bar. Here. There's a whole bunch of stuff with that. But I can also, what I'll do is this leg, I'll come up and I'm going to pull it across his body. And then I'll put my knee to the mat or I'll come back across. But I can also, if I pull this across, come back through that way. So if you can, and the whole purpose of that is just to show you if you're tight, I can go from one side to the other, tightly. I'm not going to be in a position where I'm losing an arm, but it's when I take something away, I have to replace it with something. That's why if I'm controlling the head, I'm going to replace it with this, so that I don't lose that tension. The whole point of this position, guys, is I want to keep tension on this area right here the whole time. So every time they breathe, every time they move, they're breathing with me, they're moving with me, all right? Any other questions, guys, on that? How's everybody feel with it? All right? Good. You know, now with the gi, that gets even more nasty. Because I can really start pulling up hard with the lapels, and I'll do it with the sleeve as well. That one's really, really nasty. All right, so what we'll do now, we got 15 minutes left before Rich's class. What happens if he pulls an arm out? Well, now we got a triangle, which I like a lot. All right, and we're just gonna touch this real quick, so I don't even care what it looks like when we go to drill it. We're gonna touch on this real quick, all right? Because I don't wanna run into Rich's time, right? So I'm here, and again, guys, this all starts right here. If I'm like this, I mean, I'm gonna get rolled over. I'm gonna get, you know, he's gonna do this. He's gonna take me over here. Up, up. All right? So now let's say what happens. I'm here, boom. This should be like the most amazing thing you've ever seen in your life. I swear to God. Every single time somebody does this to you, just like, honestly, like seriously. Just like, this is all day long, right? But I'm not gonna do it from here. The moment this happens, I need to come up high, and then this foot here, this one, right underneath, I'll grab it. Now, this knee, your shin needs to be flat on the mat for this. Has to be. If it's not, you're not gonna get the lock with your feet. This can't be loose, or else he's gonna put his elbow on the mat. Puts his elbow on the mat, I have nothing. So I need to make sure I'm here. Knee here, looking that way. Once I'm here, I'll take this and then I pull. So this is where we'll be. This knee is gonna replace this space right here, and I'm gonna make sure that this goes cross. As I do that, I don't just do this. I'm gonna turn that way. Turn. Now, if I'm super tight, I can probably squeeze and get it here. If not, are you good? Okay, good. Right, so it's a little loose. So I'll pull, shoot. Lock that. I can squeeze here, get it, or I can roll, take his hand, pull. I like that position a lot. You guys are gonna just play with it. I mean, I don't really care what it looks like. Oh, good. We're good? You good? One more time. Yeah. Are you good? Really? Yeah, choke me. Over here. I can grab the head if I want. And post. I'll lean that way a little bit. Tight. Oh no. Keep this. Don't do that. If this happens, we're just gonna turn. If it doesn't, keep this head. Leg in, trapping this arm, or I can even pull across. Put it in your pocket. Crook of the knee needs to be right against his neck. So I'm gonna kind of dive that way. Not really a dive. Knee goes right next to his ear, and then my hips and everything goes that way. I can finish it from there, or I can roll. Somebody like Eric, he's got a bigger upper body. I probably personally won't be able to finish it from here. Some people who have thinner upper bodies versus my legs, I can finish from here. Eric, I'll probably roll, right? So the reason why we go that way is because I can't roll here. And plus, if he goes that way, he's going to break my foot. So I come over here, and then my hips and everything go this direction, which is where my elbow is. Grab my shin. I'll push to stop his rotation. Right? I'm not doing that. Everything's staying tight. And then boom, or bring everything into you. Boom, or up. Good? Guys got that? Yeah, just go have some fun with that, guys. I don't care what it looks like. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock. One person goes, and then the next person goes, and then we'll circle back up for 2 minutes, and then it'll be Rich's time. We can get into much more detail about that, guys, but please do not feel, hesitate or feel shy. Come ask me during open mat, whatever. You know, there's a lot of more detail in that movement, but a lot of that has to be developed by doing the movement. That's the only way you're really going to get that feeling of how to make yourself super duper heavy and how to get that counter pressure of driving the heels to the mat, heels and butt to the mat, pulling up on the head, all the different little technique, all the things that you have to learn in a technique by feeling it and doing it and failing at it thousands of times, and then you get it that one time and then you'll never, hopefully ever forget it again. One quick detail, guys, that I like to stress, and you know, me being a smaller guy, this is something that I like to do, especially in gi and no gi. I like to get people's arms up here across their body, and then what I like to do from there is take my stomach or my chest and put it on their face. So now they're breathing in a space that's like this big, and all they're breathing is their bad breath. In my Old Spice. The bear glove. Right? So I'm here, and that's another reason, guys, why I'm dragging my chest, is so he's breathing my Old Spice. Walk, 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 boom. I'm always right here. If I'm trying to go for armbar, pull the head up, look where he's breathing. He's got nothing to breathe, nowhere to breathe. Elbow, I can get wrist lock. Boom. Here, still not breathing anywhere. I'm moving, always. All right, so I'm making myself feel really, really big when I'm not. You know, I'm making them breathe something in a very, very small, confined space. And as I said before, guys, you control your breathing, you control your heart rate, you control your body. So I'm trying to disrupt that series with my opponent by getting everything right. Put their bicep in their mouth. Pinch one of their nostrils with your chest. You can do it. Just got to feel the position, that's all. All right. As I said before, everybody that's been here already, welcome back. It's great seeing you again. Can't wait to have some good times this week, like always. To everybody else who's your first camp, welcome. Hope to see you at many, many more besides this one, though. See you guys on Saturday when I teach again. Thank you very much.